From our studio in our office at the corner of 8th and Walton in Bentonville, Arkansas, welcome to Saturday Morning Meeting. Next, Mike Graen, Vice President of Collaboration at the CROSSMARK Center for Collaboration, takes us inside that state-of-the-art facility and gives us a tour. One high-tech room after another. Now, we all watched in wonder as it was being built, big, beautiful, and right across the street from the home office. Today, we get to go inside. Let's join Derek and Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Derek, how are you?
Doing well, thanks.
Welcome to the CROSSMARK Center for Collaboration.
I'm glad to be here.
I want to introduce you to Joseph Vaughn. He's the manager of all the audiovisual technology, and Carlin Pine, she's the office manager for the facility.
So, Mike, is this where CROSSMARK's relocated their offices, and if I have an account manager, I need to come here and meet with them?
No, actually, this is a center for collaboration where suppliers and Walmart will play in the future together.
So do I have to be a CROSSMARK? Do I have to use CROSSMARK to be able to come in here?
We certainly will be catering to our clients at CROSSMARK, but any supplier that's calling on Walmart would be able to use the facility.
All right, well, I'm excited to see what you've got. Let's get started. All right, so this is second level.
Second level.
What else up here?
So this is really kind of the start of the joint business planning. This is sort of the input stage of it. So we're going to kind of walk you through the various ways that we can leverage this upstairs to start that joint business planning process. And downstairs is where we get into the joint business planning actual and then the modular execution. So come check it out.
Let's see it.
So this is one of the 13 of the conference rooms we have here. This one's actually for joint business planning and for top to top. We have a large boardroom kind of table here. We've got multiple monitors up on the wall. Each one can have its own content, and then we have side monitors as well. One of the things that we can do in this room, besides obviously PowerPoint and Excel, is we can actually do shopper-based research. We have Carlin actually downstairs preparing food in the presentation kitchen. Meanwhile, we can be up here watching her, observing it, asking her questions about what she likes about creating shopping lists, and actually do kind of shopper research from this location.
Okay, so let's go on to the next room.
Yep, let's go to the next room.
Okay, so this room is?
This room is a combination room. Like many of the rooms have multiple purposes. This one's purpose is Action Alley. We can actually conduct kind of different displays and features and things like that. We have power and data in all of the locations, so we could do kind of a trade show if we wanted to. We can also turn this into a town hall. We can get about 115 or 120 people here in kind of a town hall environment. So we've now made our way out of the Action Alley, and adjacent to Action Alley, we have something called the Supplier Solution Center. And again, like most rooms in this building, it has a couple different purposes. The first is, you see all of the television cameras, the video cameras in the ceiling. Downstairs, we have a presentation kitchen where if you are a food supplier, you want to do shopper research in kind of a kitchen environment, you can do that. But Derek, up here, we may have Johnson & Johnson or Kimberly-Clark or some of the suppliers who basically are other parts of the room, baby's bedroom or a bathroom, etc. We can actually simulate that part of the home in this thing for shopper research. The second thing we can do in here is what we call the Supplier Solution Center. And what is the key things that are really on suppliers' mind, and what are the things that are solutions today, not in the future, but right now and today. So an example of that is on-shelf availability. A lot of people are talking about on-shelf availability. We've actually simulated that by actually creating a back room to a Walmart store and a sales floor. And what we're doing is we're educating suppliers about, and merchants, how does that product move from the back room to the sales floor, and what are some of the tools that enable that to happen. An example is a tool called Spark that Walmart rolled out about 2 years ago or so, and it allows suppliers to actually work with the local stores and make sure that product actually has a modular home, and that we have actually got product moving from the back room to the sales floor. We're actually so excited about this that we're going to collaborate with 8th and Walton and do some training here. And one of the first classes we will do in here is something called the non-shelf availability class to educate suppliers and Walmart about the tools that are available to drive their on-shelf availability at Walmart.
Okay, so what is this room used for?
So Derek, this is a combination room as well. We can either use this for joint business planning. We've got multiple monitors for be able to do different content. And the other thing we've done, we heard a lot from our clients, and they really want a place for training. So we're actually going to conduct training here, category management training. We're going to do 8th and Walton training here.
You've got the monitors here just like you did in the boardroom.
Correct.
Can you do the same thing in here that you do in the boardroom?
Correct. You could certainly do joint business planning. You could have a video conference with somebody outside. You could actually talk to somebody in a store from here. They have the ability to be able to communicate while they're in the store. We've done that before. And certainly the research that we saw in the boardroom, we could do in here as well.
And we're not even through the top level yet.
we are not through the top level.
Let's go see some more exciting toys that you have.
Okay.
Now this room looks like a bunch of cubicles and workspace.
Correct. So we are going to create an environment here. We listen to our customers, we listen to our clients. We were going to make this a joint business planning room, but we heard from them and said, we've got a meeting at 8, got another one at 10:30. Don't want to go all the way back to my office. It's a place that I can land and check my email, grab some coffee, etc. So we've actually created this as kind of a drop-in station. And we had some people who said they really want to work sitting down, and we have other people who really enjoy working standing up. So you can actually have these adjustable and they will work either way.
So this is another joint business planning room that you have, but this one's a little more high-tech in terms of what's on that can be seen on the screen.
That's correct. So this is a joint business planning room that's primarily reserved for people who are doing either quarterly or yearly reviews. This is one where you observe and you use all of that research that we collected upstairs. There are no cameras in here, there are no microphones in here. You can observe that research from this room, but it's primarily used to actually look at the research, look at the data. It's got 6 screens, and the idea behind that is to actually have different content. So you can look at what's going on in stores, what's going on in the marketplace. Let's show a video that actually creates all that content. And then some people will use the one screen for actually collecting and noting what exactly they agreed to. So they've got actually a capture of what the agreements were following the meeting.
Okay, well, let's go see some more. Okay, so here we are in the kitchen, and we saw Carla cutting stuff up earlier, but what else do you use this kitchen for?
Well, so obviously one of the ways that we're going to use this kitchen is to actually prepare and sample product for the merchants in a much more kind of consumer-friendly environment, which is a kitchen. We'll actually be able to serve product out of here. We actually have a catering kitchen where you can keep and prepare food and bring it out and serve it to the merchants all at once. The second thing we can do is the research we were doing before, which is kind of a shopper-based research and figure out what is that path to purchase and that first moment of truth. And last we can use this for broadcast. So for example, we could bring a celebrity chef in and they could actually prepare product here, and meanwhile we could broadcast it to the entire building or even put it on the web if we wanted to.
Okay, and we're not done yet. We have more to see, so let's go see the rest of it, okay? Hey, Mike, out of all the things that I've seen in the building, this wall in particular has to be one of the most impressive things, which is great, and you've said it has a lot of different capabilities.
Right. We're really excited about this capability for our clients and for our Walmart folks. We're so excited we actually got 2 of them. We have this one downstairs and we have one upstairs. This is an 8-foot by 16-foot wall, digital wall, from a company by the name of Prism. And really what it allows you to do, unlike some walls, it allows you to interact with it. You can actually use this and interact it and touch it and actually drive almost 6 different computers. You could look at going onto websites with it. It has very, very high resolution, probably the best resolution for video, for movie releases or trailers. You can play video games on it. But really, it's the collaborative nature of doing the modular process that really, I think this will really be useful.
Well, and this wall is very impressive because it's this module that we're standing in front of is actually life size.
Correct.
So, I mean, this is where this goes, and it is exactly the same size that's up here. So it's impressive for the wall to be this big, but I know one thing that, having been at Walmart, when you have a buyer that comes over and sits down with their category manager, it takes a lot of time to go through and look at these individual items. This wall makes that a lot easier and gives you a complete frame of reference, right?
That's correct. That's correct. We actually have a Johnson & Johnson modular up here, the baby shampoo and conditioner area. And we've got a physical layout center as well. And you can see that the physical product and the virtual worked out pretty well together. What's different is you can literally take that product and actually step it up, and you grab that bottle and actually demonstrate it. You can actually say, well, I wonder how this item is selling at Walmart. And when you touch it, it actually shows up with all of the movement information, how many stores it's in. This is just made up data just to give you an example. But that's the kind of things you can do with this. Now, for suppliers that don't use, this is actually a program called Atlas, called AMP, from a company by the name of Atlas. But we've also checked this with Fifth Dimension, Red Dot Square, JDA, EYC. All of those folks will work on this wall.
So really, this is just a big monitor.
It is just a big monitor.
With any software that the supplier brings in, and any PC or Mac will work on this as well, right?
Yeah, and I would say that basically for the entire Center for Collaboration. We are a canvas. We are a blank canvas. We are invested in technology that allow you to demonstrate your data in a much more powerful way to make decisions. You still have to do the research. You bring in that content, you plug it into our wall, you use it, and then you take it away. There's no sharing of data. We don't store any of your data. Now, if you want to do this kind of capability but don't have the capability to do that, we do have resources at CrossSMARK and other partners that we've worked with that can help you with that. But for the most part, the big suppliers are actually going to use this just as a very big monitor, but allow you to be able to do interactive stuff with it.
So, Mike, somebody wants to reserve a room or have a meeting over here, how do they do that?
Yeah, probably the easiest way is our website. We've got our website listed on the bottom of the screen here, and it gives you all the information about the facility, tells you when we're going to be available, tells you the kinds of things you can do here, including training classes, etc. And there's also an email address if you want to contact us directly about setting up a tour or having your team come over to take a look at it. That would be the easiest way to get started.
Another thing we want to keep in mind, this is not the CrossSMARK office. Your account manager is not going to be here, and you don't have to be a CrossSMARK client to access and use the building.
That's correct. That's correct.
Well, Mike, thanks for the tour, but I do have a final question for you. Why would CrossSMARK spend the resources and build a building like this right in the middle of Walmart campus?
That's a great question. CrossSMARK is a company that has been collaborating with suppliers and retailers for years. Matter of fact, we've been here in Northwest Arkansas since 1965. So we really believe in the collaboration power between Walmart and the supplier community. And the reality is getting the right people in the room, looking at the right data, will typically do the right decision for the shopper, that's really what it's all about. And if that business grows, CrossSMARK's going to benefit from that.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.